all over Indiana. I almost didn't make it home. A couple of years ago, a church called me to be one of their pastors. I said, no, thank God, right? Amen? Does that make sense to you, friends? Have you proclaimed doom? Have you proclaimed pain? Have you partnered with pain? And is your proclamation and your declaration more about the pain rather than the presence of the Holy Spirit in your life? If we're going to say no to the pain and yes to the finish, we're going to know how to proclaim. What are the issues in your life that you need to proclaim over? What do you need to state? What do you need to declare? Proclamation. Say proclamation.
Proclamation.
Okay. Next B. Are you ready? Saying no to the pain and yes to the finish. Friends, the church is going to have to learn how to pour out.
Yes.
If you're hurting, God is going to ask you to pour out. He's going to ask you to pour. He's going to create an opportunity for you to continue to pour even out of your pain.
Come on, that's good.
Some of the best services I've been in is when I've been in the midst of the most significant pain of my life and I was faithful to pour. And the Holy Spirit took over.
Yeah.
Amen.
Even in the midst of the pain, you got to learn how to keep pouring.
Yes.
Hey, can you help us do this? Well, no, I'm just not ready. There's so much I'm dealing with right now. I don't know if I can pour out. I don't know if I can give. I don't know if I can give. The enemy will tell you, this is not your time. It's not your time. It's not my time. I don't feel led. Most of the church has lead poisoning. I can't give. I can't give. Pour. Now is the time to pour. It's in the midst of your pain when you choose to pour. When you choose to give, that God looks at you in spite of your issues and in spite of your circumstances and blesses your faithfulness and your ability to give. How many times have you heard a testimony of someone who was still faithful in giving their tithe or giving an offering, even after they've lost their job? How many of you have heard testimony after testimony after testimony of people who have been faithful in pouring even in the midst of losing a job? And what happens? God blesses them. Inevitably, God blesses them. My pastor used to say, I want you to be obedient with your tithing. If you're disappointed in your tithing, over the course of a year, I'll give you your money back. He used to say that. Do you know in 42 years of this ministry, nobody asked him for their money back? Why? Because if you pour, you'll receive. If you pour, He gives. If you pour, He uses you as a vessel. Anybody can quit. Anybody can stop. Anybody. Hey, listen, I can give you a plethora of excuses. And we can feel good about our excuses. But God has called us to pour, even in the midst of our pain, friends. And when we're faithful to pour, He gives. We're conduits. We flow with the love of Jesus. Are you pouring out? Are you pouring out? God wants to consume us as we pour. As we pour out. Are you pouring? Or are you complaining? Are you pouring? Or do you just give up? Are you pouring? Or are you shut up tight as a drum? Looking the part, but empty inside. Broken inside. Dry and brittle inside. Let me tell you something. I don't even know if I should do it.
Yeah, you should.
There is a lot for me to be frustrated about right now. Can I just be really transparent with you?
Yes.
There's a lot that I could choose to be frustrated with about right now.
Yes.
There are certain things that I'm feeling in the Spirit in my life that I know that are supposed to that are supposed to be happening, that for whatever reason at this point are not. And I can look at this situation in my life, and I can start pointing and blaming. I can start pointing and blaming. Well, you don't recognize this, or you don't see this, or you don't know what I'm about, or you don't know what I have a capability to do, and you don't know the abilities that I have. There's so much in my life that I could be frustrated about, but the Lord has called me to pour. And He's called me to serve. And He's called me to press.
Amen.
To trust in Him, knowing that these things that I'm feeling in my spirit will come to manifestation if I'm faithful in pouring. I'm going to say something to you. Shut up and pour.
Amen. Amen.
Sorry.
Works for me.
I don't know what's going to happen. Shut up and pour. I don't know what my future brings. Shut up and pour. I don't know what it looks like. Nobody's really supporting me. Shut up and pour. I need to just shut up and pour. Serve. Find a place and serve and pour. I don't have anything. Pour what you got. Just give what you have. It's inevitable. You can't outgive God. He'll pour back into you, friends. We've given up, haven't we? We've given up to the frustration. We've given up to the pain. We've given up to these things. Shut up and pour.
Amen.
He'll bless it. He'll bless what you're doing. He'll bless who you are. He'll bless. He's not going to bless a complaining, negative spirit, friends. He's not going to bless that. He's not going to bless a negative heart. He's not going to bless a critical spirit. He's not going to bless a disobedient heart who gripes and complains and is upset all the time. He can't bless that.
Woo!
In essence, what you're doing is you're pouring that kind of stuff. And when you pour that kind of stuff, that's the stuff you'll get back. Birds of a feather flock together. We know that, right?
Yep.
So what are you pouring? You're pouring inevitably. I'm just now creating this new message right now. You're pouring inevitably. The issue is what are you pouring?
Oh.
God, people, come on. Pour. Couple more. Are you ready for a couple more? Friends?
Amen. Keep it coming.
What am I, 6 or 7? I don't even know. 4? Okay, 6, I guess. Friends, pursue His presence.
Pursue. Yes.
Pursue His presence. I've got some dear friends in this room tonight, or this morning. They're precious to me. I love these people because they know how to pour. They've been serving faithfully in a ministry that a lot of people kind of forget about. And it's Royal Rangers.
Amen.
It's John and Karen Collins. They're my special friends. I love them very much. What I love best about their lives is not really their ministry. I love their ministry. But it's not really about their ministry that I like most. I love what they do, and I love their faithfulness. He's served on our board. John has served on our board as a board member. He's a great man. He's a super, super guy. People still come to him for counsel and wisdom, and sometimes he doesn't know what to do with the information that they give him, and he's just faithful and just blesses them, and he encourages them. What I like best about John, and I don't know if you have seen this or recognize this, I love to watch John and Karen worship. I love to watch them worship. When worship happens, it doesn't matter what song is being sung. It doesn't matter if he's supposed to stand or she's supposed to stand or clap or whatever. They are in the presence of God. They lose themselves in the presence of God.
Amen.
They absolutely lose themselves. That's what you're my precious friends and I love you, but that's what I love the most about you. You love His presence. And he'll tell you, he'll give you the testimony of him being transferred to work here in Vegas. What drew him to ICLV was the presence of God. He'll tell you that. It's the presence of God. That's why a lot of folks come to our church, because of the presence of God and the obedience to the Holy Spirit. At the Summerlin campus, Stream Center, or the South, it's the presence of God. The presence of God is priority. And worship is a major, major tool to help us access the presence of God. And when we access the tangible presence of God, we feel His love and we feel His comfort. Many of you access the presence of God in victory and breakthrough today with Leanna and Dominique and the team. You access the presence of God. You felt the breakthrough. When I walked through the doors, I felt breakthrough. Why? Because you were accessing the presence of God. Friends, if you're going to say no to the pain and yes to the presence and yes to the finish, you're going to be someone who knows how to access the presence of God. You're going to be someone who knows how to walk in the presence of God. And you're going to be someone who knows how to minister in the presence of God.
Amen.
To carry the love of Jesus, to carry. I can be worshiping, and a friend of mine come up and try to talk to me, and I'll just put my hand on them. It's not time to say hello to me right now. This is worship, and I'll just turn their head and just bow their head down and just worship. I do this with kids all the time. All kids come in and we're worshiping, and they want to say hi to Pastor. I'll be like, yeah, that's great. Let's just worship the Lord. Worship the Lord. Because I know if they get in the presence, they're going to be encouraged better than I can encourage them. Better than I can high-five them. Does that make sense to you, friends? Getting in the presence of God. We have seen great visitations of the presence of God over the years. I was praying, and I don't have time to go into this. It's going to be a message I'll preach later, and maybe I'll release it here first. I don't know, but I believe that we're about to come into an encounter of the manifestation of His presence greater than we've ever known.
Amen.
And and it is a proclamation, it is a declaration, and I'm saying it, but what I'm trying to say to you is that in the prophetic, I've seen it. I've already seen it. And it's going to be an absolute release of His presence that will bring healing simultaneously to others. I see people being restored right out of the presence of God.
Amen.
I'm seeing people come through the back of our sanctuary, and before they even get to the front, are already convicted of sin and falling in the presence of God.
Amen.
I'm seeing a manifestation of the presence of God coming into our houses in the very, very near future.
Thank you.
The issue is, how many of you know that how many of you know you can be in a service where you feel the presence of God, and then another individual who was in the same service won't feel anything at all? How many of you have been in that situation before? You don't feel anything at all. Why is that? Because pain is their lid.
Wow.
Yes, it is.
You see that,
Thank you,
friends?
Lord.
Pain is their lid.
Yes.
And they're listening to the pain.
Yes.
I don't have time to go into that. Pursue His presence. And lastly, learn to walk in His peace.
Yes.
Peace is this. A healthy emotional and mental state of mind.
Thank you, Lord.
That's what peace is.
Yes.
A healthy emotional and mental state of mind. When the peace of God surpasses all understanding. How many of you know this?
Amen.
Guard your hearts and mind
Yes.
in Christ Jesus, and the peace of God will surpass all other understanding.
Thank you, Lord.
Take this mind in Christ, so we hold every thought captive that holds itself against the excellency and the knowledge of Christ.
Thank you.
Right? Our mind and our spirit and our emotions are in sync with God. That's peace.
Yeah.
That's peace, friends. Are you partnering with peace? Do you know what peace is? Do you know what peace is? Is there a focus on your mind? How many of you feel like sometimes life is running you? Just go and do what people want. There's no peace in that, is there?
That's right.
There really isn't. Some of you need to learn the ability to say no.
Amen.
Ouch.
No. I had to do that this week. Looked at somebody very powerful in my life, a strong leader in my life, and I said, no. Oh. I wasn't mean. I just said, no. Well, why? That's not what I need to do. Let me tell you why. Because the Lord told me this, and this. No. I get that, Pastor Tim. I get that. That makes sense to me, Pastor Tim. I apologize. Please forgive me. Forgive it. Thank you. Peace of God. Peace of God. Having a focus, knowing what needs to be done,
Amen.
responding out of that emotional and mental peace brings a wisdom that people are blown away about.
Amen.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
You ever say to someone, hey, that's a very wise person. What you're saying is that they have found peace, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally.
Thank you, Lord.
They have a focus, and they have a priority. Amen, friends?
Yes.
Amen. Say no to the pain and yes to the finish. Pray, partner, purge, proclaim, pour out, pursue His presence, and walk in His peace. Amen?
Amen. Thank you, Lord.
That's it.
Amen.